by the old oak tree near Jenkins Creek. I carved our names in the bark so deep that oak still stands. But you're gone, it seems, on this timeless road where our dreams now sleep. Oh, the whispers low through the grass on the leaf. Memories like dust scatter wild and free. Under crimson skies, my lonesome heart weeps on the timeless road where old love sleeps. The porch still creaks where we used to stand, your scarf in my hand as you talk about plans. Now the cabin's empty, the candles unlit, fading trails of what is, and the silence that sits. Oh, the wind whispers low through the grass on the leaf. Memories like dust scatter wild and free. Under crimson skies, my lonesome heart weeps on the timeless road where old love sleeps. Rain taps the saddle where you once rode beside. Every droplet a tear that the heavens cried. This road's just gravel, but it cuts so deep, carrying me away from what I can't keep. Oh, the wind whispers low and the night's drawing near. Echoes of you in the shadows appear. Under the moon's soft glow, my weary soul creeps down the timeless road where our love sleeps. Yes, down that timeless road where I'll always weep. In the shadow of the great oak's arm where the sun laid gold in your hair, we carved our names, young and unscarred, on the bark so wild and bare. That dusty road by the old porch swing still hears the songs we used to sing. Oh, my heart bled in silence as the leaves turned brown underneath that oak where we swore our vows. The wind whispers secrets of you soft and low. My heart bled in silence, can't let go. Now the cabin's empty, the fire's cold, gravel roads don't know my tread. The scarf you left still holds your scent on the pillow of our abandoned bed. The trails we walk blurred by the rain, echoes of laughter turned to pain. Oh, my heart bled in silence as the skies cried too. Memories fading, but all still true. The wind carries sorrow through the lonesome pines. My heart bled in silence with no signs. By the riverside where the water's deep, I tossed a stone, watched it crystal clear. Silence where the cold river flows, in the quiet of the woods where nobody knows. The sunset bleeds colors like my dreams used to do. My heart bled in silence quietly for you. So I ride these trails alone with the stars, guided by the moon, healing these scars. My heart bled in silence, now it beats slow and low in the night by the fire's gentle glow. Out where the old oak shadows the rusted cabin door, Eyes Drifts was a girl with eyes like wild river floors. Underneath the crescent moon, by the lantern's lonely light, we traded promises, soft as the dust of the prairie night. Oh, those eyes, they drift through my dreams, across the barren miles and the silver streams. But love, like old trails, fades under time's harsh hand, leaving me a ghost amongst the sage and the sand. Years passed like the slow turning of an old mill wheel, silent towns forgotten before the wind's mournful keel. The scarf she left behind, a splash of red on weathered wood. Nothing stayed the same out here, though I wished it would. Oh, those eyes, they drift through my sorrow, leading me down paths too narrow to follow. But love, like old tales, slips through cracks in the heart, whispering of what tears every dream apart. By the weeping willow where we once lay, I see the shadows lengthen, edges fray. In the cool of the evening, I hear the soft sad sigh of a lone dove calling, as if to say goodbye. Oh, those eyes, they haunt my restless nights, a glimmer of stars lost to the city lights. Yet love, like the oak, stands firm against winds of fate, keeping me bound to a memory I can't unmake. So here's to the roads, gravel and grit, to the porches empty where we'd sit. Eyes Drifts, my dear, in the dust, gentle embrace. Forever you roam, a heartache I can't erase. Out where the oak tree shadows lay long into dusk, I found a scarf you left, now faded threads of musk. By the old log cabin where our initials are still carved, a letter waits in silence, edges worn and starved. Oh, the winds, they whisper of you across the barren trails. Dust stirs memories like ghosts beneath the coyote wails. Each sunset bleeds like our love did, in scarlet and in gold. And every night I'm riding through dreams I can't hold. Gravel roads, they've shifted just like time's cruel hand. The saddle's worn and brittle where once it made us stand. That porch we'd sit just waiting for the rain to bless the land. Now it only echoes one set of boots and a solitary man. Oh, the winds, they whisper of you across the barren trails. Dust stirs memories like ghosts beneath the coyote wails. Each sunset bleeds like our love did, in scarlet and in gold. And every night I'm lost in dreams that I can't hold. Underneath the weeping willow, I confess to stars above, how the heart can hold such spaces filled with endless love. But the shadows grow in corners where your laughter used to stray, and in the stillness of the night my soul just drifts away. Oh, the winds, they sing of you down the empty, endless trails, where our memories roam like shadows, hidden deep in veils. Each sunset's a reminder of the love that had to fold. And every night I'm riding, haunted by the cold. A letter waits unread, my dear, where tears and time prevail, in the heart of a lonesome cowboy riding the lonely trail. In the hush of old oak shadows, neath the whispering twilight sky, I recall her laughter swirling like the dust when winds were high. Bare footsteps on creaking porches echo soft as summer's breath. Every board and nail a story, every silence steeped in death. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the roads where we did roam. Now I wander through the memories in the twilight I call home. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath horizons turning chill, where once we danced 'neath starlit skies, those barefoot steps stood still. Years have flown like leaves in autumn, drifting far from root and stem. Empty cabin windows staring like the eyes of lost old friends. Gravel roads that led to nowhere now lead only to the past. Scarves that smelled of sage and freedom knew too well they couldn't last. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the trails now overgrown. With her whisper in the cedar wind, I face these roads alone. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath horizons turning chill. Where once we loved without a care, those barefoot steps stood still. On the ridge where dawn breaks earliest, I see her silhouette sometimes, just a fleeting shade of yesteryears crossing o'er those blurring lines. Guess I've learned that some fond remnants, like the saddle worn and old, carry weight of souls departed in the stories left untold. So those barefoot steps stood still in time like the shadows in the dell. I wander through each whispered dream where her laugh used to dwell. As the stars peer down like watchful eyes and the night air tastes the thrill, in the quiet of the fading trails, those barefoot steps stood still. Letting go's a lonesome river, but some hearts they never will. In the silver glow of moonlit paths, those barefoot steps stood still. In the hush of old oak shadows, neath the whispering twilight sky, I recall her laughter swirling like the dust when winds were high. Barefoot steps on creaking porches echo soft as summer's breath. Every board and nail a story, every silence steeped in death. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the roads where we did roam. Now I wander through the memories in the twilight I call home. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath horizons turning chill. Where once we danced neath starlit skies, those barefoot steps stood still. Years are flown like leaves in autumn, drifting far from root and stem. Empty cabin windows staring like the eyes of lost old friends. Gravel roads that led to nowhere now lead only to the past. Scarves that smelled of sage and freedom knew too well they couldn't last. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the trails now overgrown. With her whisper in the cedar wind, I face these roads alone. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath horizons turning chill. Where once we loved without a care, those barefoot steps stood still. On the ridge where dawn breaks earliest, I see her silhouette sometimes, just a fleeting shade of yesteryears crossing o'er those blurring lines. Guess I've learned that some fond remnants, like the saddle worn and old, carry weight of souls departed in the stories left untold. So those barefoot steps stood still in time like the shadows in the dell. I wander through each whispered dream where her laugh used to dwell. As the stars peer down like watchful eyes and the night air tastes the thrill, in the quiet of the fading trails, those barefoot steps stood still. Letting go's a lonesome river, but some hearts they never will. In the silver glow of moonlit past, those barefoot steps stood still. In the shadow of the oak, where wild horses used to roam, I found a scarf of faded red beneath the setting sun's last glow. The old porch creaked under the weight of ghostly tales untold. Her laughter hung on the prairie wind in the whispering grass so bold. Oh, but that empty bed tied down, where dreams and dust collide, in a cabin by the creek, under the endless starlit sky. Each night I lie awake, where her whispers used to tread. A heart can't roam forever, round an empty bed tied down. The trails through amber fields where the river bends in sighs, but time it rusts like the old gate swings, and all but love denies. The saddle hangs untouched, it seems, since she rode off with the dawn, and all that's left is the echo of goodbye and the silence after she's gone. Oh, but that empty bed tied down, where dreams and dust collide, in a cabin by the creek, under the endless starlit sky. Each night I lie awake, where her whispers used to tread. A heart can't roam forever, round an empty bed tied down. There's a wisdom in the wind, an old story it wants to say, about a cowboy's heart that loved and lost, but the prairie calls him stay. Rain may wash the old roads clean, but some tracks they never fade, like the path I walk in my mind each night, where her memory softly lays. So here's to the empty bed tied down, where my weary soul finds rest, in the quiet of the night, with her shadow in the west. Though time may march and the stars may fall and the world may turn its head, a cowboy's heart keeps wandering round an empty bed tied down. Yeah, I'm forever bound to that empty bed tied down. Shadow of an oak, where whispers cling to wind, I first saw her wild eyes like a storm about to begin. We shared dreams on that old porch under lanterns' faint glow. Her laughter mingled with the breeze from long, long ago. Her eyes haunt the sunsets when the sky blades in the night. In the chill of desert's kiss, I feel her close, holding tight. From the dust trails to the creeks, under skies vast and gray, her ghost in the wind's howl as I wander stray. Years sprawl like the roads I've rode, gravel loose and worn. Each town a reminder of what's lost, my heart sworn. The cabin stands empty, the door creaks with no end. The scarf she left behind, now my companion, my friend. Her eyes haunt the sunsets when the sky bleeds in the night. In the chill of desert's kiss, I feel her close, holding tight. From the dust trails to the creeks, under skies vast and gray, her ghost in the winds howl as I wander stray. Tree knew as I carved her name in its side. Rain washed away the letters like tears I've cried. But her eyes, those wild storms are etched deep within. A part of the land, the air, my sins. Her eyes haunt the sunsets, their every fading light. Every night I bed down, feeling her whisper goodnight. Though time may march on and my trails might fade, in the heart of the wild her spirit stays, never to evade. Her eyes haunt the sun's haunts. Out where the oak trees whisper low, under skies so vast and gray, I rode past the old yellow cabin where the winds of time sway. A scarf you left on the porch swing, fading now like old dreams, dances with the prairie dust in the sunlight's dying beams. A long ride forgot where the heart rides alone, on trails of tears where wildflowers once had grown. Echoes of your laughter in the valley's deep embrace vanish like the sunset's last lingering trace. Gravel roads to quiet towns where our names were softly spoken, now where the emptiness of days' promises bent and broken. Saddles worn and hearts torn in the shadows of our plight. The fire we had by the river's bend, now nothing but cold white light. A long ride forgot where the heart rides alone, on trails of tears where wildflowers once had grown. Echoes of your laughter in the valley's deep embrace vanish like the sunset's last lingering trace. And in the silence neath the stars, I find no solace, only scars. Your memory, a haunting tune, plays on as fades the crescent moon. No brighter dawn, this cowboy knows just past where the cold wind blows. A long ride forgot, yet I ride forth with your ghost beside my flame, across the mountains through the mist where they still whisper your name. And maybe in another life, down another dusty track, I'll turn and see you once again, no more looking back. A long ride forgot, but your soul's forever here, etched upon the wild lands we once held dear. On the edge of the mesa, under the old oak shade, where we carved our names in the bark, a lifetime ago it seems. Those summers roll like thunder beneath skies white and gray, and your laughter mingled with the wind across the wild sage dreams. Now the wind left behind, it whispers through the grass, singing tales of what we lost as shadows in the dust. Each gust a gentle reminder of a love that couldn't last, on this lonesome trail where the sunset bleeds and hearts turn to rust. Years drifted by like leaves down a slow winding stream. Your scarf still hangs on the porch swing, faded and worn. The cabin stands empty, a relic of our vanished dream, where silence speaks in volumes, and I'm left here forlorn. Yes, the wind left behind, it whispers through the grass, singing tales of what we lost as shadows in the dust. Each gust a gentle reminder of a scarf you once cast, on this lonesome trail where the sunset bleeds and memories just rust in the quiet of the twilight, where the gravel road turns. I found solace in the sorrow, in the pain of learning to let go. But these lands hold your echo in the whispering ferns, and I wander ever searching for the peace the wind won't show. Still the wind left behind, it whispers through the grass as I walk these lonely roads under fading stars aloft. Maybe love's just a shadow in the dust meant not to last, but I'll carry you forever in the quiet winds I've crossed. As the last light fades and the trail grows cold and undefined, I'll keep listening for you in the wind left behind. There's an old oak tree, whispers by the porch, where the ghosts of summer scarves hang in the air. Footsteps echo neath the boards where we once walked. In that sleepy dust of dusk, I see you there. The prairie sky paints shadows in your shade, while the cabin's creaking sounds play our old tunes. And each sunset spills like whiskey through my heart, empty bottles laying around this lonesome room. Oh, how the wind recalls your soft, gentle name through the willows. It's your laughter sounds the same. Those porch haunts grip me, won't let the past depart, as night drapes its cloak in the corners of my gloom. Years have dried the rivers that once fed these lands. Gravel roads now lead to places time forgot, chair rocks gently touched by unseen hands. In the stillness I hear what the years have wrought. An empty saddle, a worn path grown over. No more rides through the fields of clover, just the dust. Each sunset spills like whiskey through my heart. Shadows dance in solitude, my soul's encased. Oh, how the wind whispers your soft, gentle name. In the silence of the night I hide my shame. Those porch haunts hold tight, won't let my sorrows part. Lost in echoes of the love I still can taste. Under starlit skies my regrets lay bare. The sagebrush scents a bitter truth I know. Time hasn't healed, it's just a thin disguise, covering the trails where we used to ride. Every sunset spills like whiskey through my soul. Memories like rain through my fingers uncontrolled. Oh, how the wind murmurs your soft eternal name. With each whisper it's clear I'll never be the same. This porch haunts my dreams, where your shadows forever roam. In the quiet of the dawn I face this world alone. Such is the way of a cowboy's heart, bound to the land, to the lost and the twilight stars. In the shade of an ancient oak, I carved our names on a heart as wild as the creek where we met. Your scarf still fragrant with summer rain drapes over the old porch, whispers of silhouettes. Beneath the boughs, glass shattered sharp, memories like stars spilled dark and deep. Shattered glass fell apart just like the pauses in the dark. Each piece a story under moonlit skies. I walk these empty trails, my heart is barren as a land, with nothing but the wind to hear my cries. The cabin stands, but the laughter's gone. Dust dances alone where you once danced with me. Gravel roads stretch out like the lines of a sad old song, leading nowhere to towns where we used to be. Saddles worn and the echoes of your laughter grow faint. Our once blazing sun, now a dying embers glow. Shattered glass fell apart, scattering light and dark, mirroring a sky too vast, too blue, too stark. I roam these fading trails under the weight of past tales, silent as the shadows that embrace the dusk. Oh, but love in this vast whispering solitude, I found no peace, nor have I eluded your ghost. Every sunset bleeds into a lonesome prelude to nights spent searching for what I miss most. boots grinding softly as I tread past our dreams. This trail may wind and my song may be mute, but your memory rides with me, split at the seam. Shattered glass, shattered heart, where the wild rivers part. I'll keep riding with you, forever lost in the dust. In the shadow of the oak, where our names are carved deep, under skies wide and blue, where the promises we keep. By the creek's gentle murmur, we'd laugh through the day. Now nothing but the whisper of the leaves where they sway. Old porch creaks lonely as the evening sun fades. I'm clinging to the ghosts of your soft, fleeting shades. But love walked away like the setting sun's glow, left me with the stars and the cold winds blow. Riding trails of solitude where my heart can't sway, through the dust and the twilight, since love walked away. Saddle sits heavy on an old tired steed, riding paths grown over where your laughter once lead. The scarf you left behind, now faded and worn, like the dreams we once had, now tattered and torn. That old gravel road, untouched by new rain, keeps holding the tracks of your leaving train. But love walked away like the setting sun's glow, left me with the stars and the cold winds blow. Riding trails of solitude where my heart can't sway, through the dust and the twilight, since love walked away. So here's to the silence, and here's to the night, to the memories that haunt me till the morning light. May the moon guide my path as I wander astray, in the lands that know secrets of where you lay. Yes, love walked away like the setting sun's glow, left me with the stars and the cold winds blow. Riding trails of solitude where my heart can't sway, through the dust and the twilight, since love walked away. And if time is a healer, why's the hurt still the same as I tread on this ground, softly whispering your name? Maybe love's just a shadow in the fading days, light a tale told by a cowboy to the stars in the night. In the valley where the shadows meet the light, there's an oak tree carved with names that winds have slide. Beneath beneath its boughs, we swore on endless stars. In that quiet town where dreams weren't far, where the porch wood creaked under worn-out boots, and love was wild, uncontested, absolute. Oh, how silence fell apart as you whispered goodbye with a trembling heart. Now the wind carries dust and my lone despair through the streets of a ghost town trapped in air. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue, echoing the love I knew. Echoing the love I knew. Now the saddle's worn, the trails have overgrown. Gravel roads lead to cabins made of stone. The scarf you left still smells of rain and pine, tangled memory in this broken line. The town's old clock stopped ticking long ago, just like my heart in rhythm slow. Oh, how silence fell apart as you whispered goodbye with a trembling heart. Now the wind carries dust and my lone despair through the streets of a ghost town trapped in air. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue, echoing the love I knew. Echoing the love I knew. On the horizon where the earth kisses the sky, I've learned love's a journey where some parts must die. A whisper in the canyon, soul learning to fly. Letting go ain't the same as saying goodbye. Oh, how silence fell apart in the breaking of my reluctant heart, as the stars watch over from where they always start. I roam these lands with your memory as my chart. Every sunset bleeds into a night so true, carrying the love I knew, carrying the love I always knew. So I sing to the winds, to the mountains high, a ballad of a cowboy under this vast unyielding sky. Silence never stays, it just transforms, it parts in the echoes of hooves, in the beating of broken hearts. In the shadow of the oak, where our names were once carved deep, the wind sinks through the branches, where our whispers secrets keep. By the old porch step we'd sit, watch the sun claim the day. Now the wood's bare and silent since you went away. The wind shut the door on the life that we once knew, gone like dust on a gravel road, under skies no longer blue. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you left, a piece of you undone, in the twilight of those fond old dreams, swallowed by the sun. Empty cabin stands as witness to the echoes of our laughter, but as the silence fills the air now, in the rafters ever after, the trail we walked is overgrown. No more our footsteps trace, just a cowboy with his lonely heart, moving from place to place. The wind shut the door on the life that we once knew, gone like dust on a gravel road, under skies no longer blue. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you left, a piece of you undone, in the twilight of those fond old dreams, swallowed can't follow. The wind shut the door, and I listen for its sound. Hope it'll swing wide open, turn this lonesome tide around. But it's just me and the fading light, and the cold whisper of the pines, holding on to the memory of your hand once held in mine. The wind shut the door. Oh, the wind shut the door. In the gray dawn's light, 'neath the old oak shade, I found the scarf you wore, now ghostly gray. It whispered of that spring by the creek we lay, where promises were caught in the cold morning May. Oh, how the winds they've changed since you went away. No more do those oaks sway where we once did lay. Cold morning carved in my heart, your name stays echoing through these hills in the silence of my days. I walk these dusty trails with your memory in tow, past the cabin's empty shell where the wild roses grow. Gravel roads stretch like the regrets I've come to own, leading to nowhere but the echoes of our lone shadow. Oh, how the winds they've changed since you went away. No more do those oaks sway where we once did lay. Cold morning carved in my heart, your name stays echoing through these hills in the silence of my days. Saddles worn and leather cracked just like my weathered skin, each line a story, a loss of the love I couldn't win. On this old porch I sit as the sun dips to give in, night's blanket comes to cover all my sins. Oh, how the winds they whisper of what might have been, softly they mourn with me for a love so serene. Cold morning carved in my soul, where your warmth has been, I'm left holding memories in the silence of this dream. And as the stars look down, I'm a shadow fading thin in a world that keeps turning without you. out where the oak trees whisper low beneath the vast unending skies. I found a worn-out leather saddle where my deepest heartache lies. By the creek where waters murmur, there's a scarf you left behind. Every thread a tale of summer when your hand was locked in mine. Oh, the winds of time blow through these plains, scented with the wild and free. But they carry dust that stings my eyes as I peer through what used to be. In the saddle haunts I linger, trapped in a love that time can't daunt. Every sunset paints your shadow on the trails we used to haunt. Years have rolled like thunder rumbling over distant stormy hills. The old porch we danced upon, now silent, empty chills. The town once loud with laughter echoes with our whispered past. Gravel roads we roamed together, now just pathways overgrown with grass. Oh, the winds of time blow through these plains, scented with the wild and free. But they carry dust that stings my eyes as I peer through what used to be. In the saddle haunts I linger, trapped in a love that time can't daunt. Every sunset paints your shadow on the trails we used to haunt. Underneath the vast prairie sky, let your memory dance. Rain washes over old regrets, gives a man a second chance. Yet every cabin, every star tells a story of our plight. In the heart of every wilderness, I face the cold, lonely night. So the winds of time blow through these plains, scented with the lost and free, carrying voices of yesterday, tying you forever to me. In the saddle haunts I reckon, some loves are ghosts we can't outrun. Every sunset's a reminder of the love I've never won. Out where the dogwood blooms meet dusty lanes, I found a rusty locket worn and gray. Embers of sunsets in those wild plains, faint whispers of you in the wind's soft sway. Beneath the oak trees, ancient watchful eyes, we carved our names wild as the boundless skies. Oh, that locket held more than time could tell, memories locked in its heart like a spell. Your laughter mingled with the summer rain, now nothing but the echo still remains. A cowboy's heart rides lonesome trails of thought, where the winds of yesteryears and teardrops caught. The old porch swings empty, the doors ajar, gravel rose to nowhere under silver stars. Your scarf still hangs on the rusted nail, a testament to love that's now so frail. The cabin's hollowed by the passing years, each creek a symphony of old frontiers. Yes, that locket knew the dreams we dared to weave, now it's just a relic that I can't leave. A dance of shadows under moonlit plains, where silence speaks the names of old refrains. A cowboy's heart roams past both broad and narrow, haunted by the love that the locket forgot. In the whisper of the leaves, in the chill before the dawn, I feel your absence, piercing and withdrawn. Yet in the solitude of stars, in the quiet of the night, your essence lingers in the pale moonlight. So here's the locket, your memory enclosed, rust in time where once a promise rose. A cowboy's soul, adrift like tumbleweed, holds tight to love, the only creed I heed. In the heart of nowhere, under skies vast and taut, lives the tale of a rusty locket forgot, a ballad blending winds and whispers lost. Ever the cowboy pays love's quiet cost. Out where the oak trees shadow old gravel lanes, I recall the soft whisper of your name. Underneath that broad brim wind spoke through your hair. Ghosts sank the cabin our love declared. But now the porch swings alone, creaks a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand speaks your name in this vast, lonesome land. The trails we once rode, now overgrown and faint, where wildflowers match the scent of our quaint. The rain on the roof, a symphony so harsh, echoes through empty rooms where shadows march. The porch swings alone, sings a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand carries your voice across this desolate land. Saddles lay untouched, the leather's gone dry, your scarf in the drawer left behind to lie. Does the wind know your touch? Does the oak still dream of our whispers that flow like a mountain stream? Now the porch swings alone with a sorrowful croon. Stars watch like silent eyes under the cold moon. Every stir of the dust, every wail of the night wind holds you close in the gold sank where love never ends. So I sing to the stars over old ghost sank, where memories echo and my heart sank. In the silence of the night, with the ghost of your smile, I'm adrift on this trail just for a while. shadow lays long on the ground. I found her scarf by that old ghost town. The sun dipped low like it knew her name, painted her memory across the plains in flame. Lost trail sank where we used to ride. Underneath the stars, I've got nowhere to hide. The wind whispers secrets in a language that's dead. Oh, how I wish I could forget what she said. Years roll by like thunder across a dry sky. That old porch creaks with my lonesome sigh. The cabin's empty, the fire's long cold. Dust covers dreams and youth feels old. Lost trail sank where we used to ride. Underneath the stars, I've got nowhere to hide. The wind whispers secrets in a language that's dead. Oh, how I wish I could forget what she said. By the riverbed, the water still knows the reflection of her face in the afterglows. My saddle's worn, my heart's worn too. In the silence of the rain, all I see is you. Lost trail sank where our loved ones lay. Gravel roads and sunsets now just lead me astray. I ride along with the dust biting cold. Lost trail sank, but the story's all told. A trail once edged in the land and my heart, now just a path where shadows start. Lost trail sank and with it my soul. In this wild land loves a tale to